We live?
Yeah, we're live. Yes. Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. Welcome to 5 at 5. I'm Gargi Raut. Joining me today is Boria Mujumdar and Team Rev Sports, meaning Ishan Shahane and Debashish Sen from Guyana. They have reached there. Tell us about the journey, Ishan and Debashish, first of all. Tell us about what's the mood there, what's the atmosphere like, and of course, weather update, which is very important.
Okay, all right, let's start. Obviously, we had a tough time for the first time on our trip to the Caribbean. We had a tough time at the immigration. We almost had to wait for an hour, and this was the first instance that we had to wait for an hour to cross the immigration. And then when we came out, we were welcomed by rains. Obviously, it has been raining heavily for last few days, and it's going to stay like this for the next few days as well. There is forecast of heavy showers leading up to the semi-final on Thursday. So that's definitely bad news, and it's been raining very heavily here. Means we have seen while on our way to the apartment, we saw some areas where it was waterlogged. And talking to the local taxi driver, they were saying that it's going to be raining, but let's see what lies in store ahead of us, Gargi.
So it's raining currently?
It is. It is.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes, Ishan.
to continue on with that, it was a long day. We had to wait in the immigration for an hour. It was a night flight, so it got a little difficult. And while coming back, actually, we forgot to tell them that we were in an accident.
Oh,
Yes, the biggest
our
news.
driver.
What?
We had to change our car.
We had to change our car. Our drivers
Banged into another one.
Oh,
And we
really?
thought for a second this might be the last door. Because it was
That's
actually so our driver
after the
was
accident,
driving in a
did
rash
they
manner,
see Mama and let you go?
cutting lanes, and then I had a feeling that something is going to happen, something might happen. We started speeding. There was a car which suddenly came from the left, and then he couldn't put the brakes on time, so he literally rammed into the other car. The car was damaged in a way, so we had to get out, find another cab. It was an eventful night. It was an eventful
Wow.
night.
Wow.
But
I mean,
and then we tasted local food here,
Oh, yeah.
local street food, because
Yes.
by the
Really?
time we arrived, it was almost 11:30.
11:30.
11:30, so we no malls or no restaurants were open, so we had to taste street food.
And
what did
we
you
were on
taste
the
you
at
have?
least?
streets. We were on the streets, and
Boria,
Devanshish
we had
and me.
burger. I had burger because I don't. Ishan had beef.
How can burger be local food?
अरे ওটাই অন্যরকম they prepare it in a different way.
And what did Ishan have?
I had a beef burger.
What?
Beef burger.
Beef burger. Okay.
Okay, all right. So seems like you had an eventful day already. I mean, starting your day in Guyana, the very first time that I don't know what they were, but Ishan is there for
My
the very
first time, and it's
With the-
let me
with the
tell you,
hits.
it's very different in a good way. I mean, like, so we came at night, the streets are empty, pitch dark, not too many people. It's a Sunday night. I think most of them are going out partying. So the only question Devashish and we are asking people: is it safe? Is it safe to roam around? Can we go together? Can we go alone? So it's that sort of vibe. But I'm sure it's a great place. I think now it's daytime. We'll be heading out soon for a lot more content. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
I mean,
But the
Ishan,
good news, Gargi, what we like to share is that the sun has come out, and hopefully we are going to get a game on. And what a game will it be? Means obviously for Australia it is even more important than so for India.
absolutely. And Ishan was talking about how is it safe or not to go outside. Use those dumbbells, man. You exercise every day, no? Mom.
That's true. I mean,
Ah.
and I've got him with me as well. So he's my protector. So I have nothing to worry about.
Okay, all right. And Boria, a lot of people are talking about revenge tonight, revenge of November 19th, where billions of hearts were broken, millions of hearts were broken, some never meant. But right now, everyone's talking. Priyanshu Tripathi is saying revenge can only be taken in finals. So many revenge theme going on today. Do you think India can do that tonight? Can they take revenge?
Firstly, there is no question of revenge. A Super 8 match can never be a revenge for a World Cup final. Secondly, the moment you go in with a thought that I will take revenge or anything like that, then the thing can go south. It is on us, people like us who are fans, who will build it up like that. Journalists will build it up like that. For the players, they should not approach this as a revenge game. They should approach it as a one-off game which they need to win. And yes, if they do win, they are creating an opportunity to take Australia out of the tournament. It is always good to take Australia out, because one big team is thus out and you have less to sort of deal with going forward. And Afghanistan is a great story. So I don't believe in this revenge rhetoric in that sense. Yes, from the perspective of the media and for us, it is one of those pegs. Fans love it. You and I love it. Ishan Devashish loves it. But go ask Rohit Sharma or Pat Cummins. This is an independent game. November 19th is long gone. And if India does win, suppose India loses, what will you say? You will say revenge, no, Australia has beaten us again. And no question of revenge. So this revenge thing doesn't work. If it does, it will be in the final. Can India now avenge November 19th? India versus Australia final. This, in that sense, is not such a game. It is just one of those Super 8 games. Even if India loses, we are still going to make it. Yes, that 41-81, whatever that statistic is going around in the world. I don't think that is something that will bother India. I really want to see a top quality effort where our premier players, a Rohit, a Virat, these guys come good against Australia. Take Australia on and beat them. I want to see an A-class performance in this game, the semi-final and final. Make a statement to the world that we are the world's best cricket team in this format. That's not something I've seen so far, and I absolutely want to see.
What do you, Ishan and Devashish, think about? And you've been talking to a lot of fans also throughout the tournament. So, can India take on Australia tonight? I mean, they haven't been playing to their best. Australia as well. So, do you think revenge is a best dish? No, is a dish best served cold tonight?
Yes, Kagi. I mean, obviously there is a lot of expectations. I've spoken to a lot of fans as well. It's the biggest game up till now, at least for the Indian team in the World Cup. But revenge, I feel it's not apt at the moment, like how Boryada has mentioned. Revenge would only be apt if this was a final. India's already qualified, so it's not going to be so much of a big deal, this game, in that sense. Obviously, we know it's Australia that we're playing. You know what happened on the World Cup final day. That's why this whole game has been built up in that sort of way. But it's not an impactful game in that sense for Team India. If Team India possibly had less qualifying chances and then this game was a deciding factor, maybe you could have still built it up and said, okay, this is that revenge game. But it's not the case. So obviously it's a big game. But I think you should just focus on these two teams playing a good match of cricket, because revenge and all of these things is quite unnecessary at the moment. And I think the Indian professional players as well, obviously they might have remembered those moments of that loss, but I'm pretty sure by now you tend to forget it, because these guys are professional players. You move on eventually. And the only thing that they must be thinking about right now is how do we beat Australia in the Super 8s? How do we reach the semi-finals? And how do we go to that finals? So revenge is definitely, I think, something that fans like throwing out. It's a word which fans like using a lot. It helps in building up that hype. But to be honest, it's just another game. It's a big game, of course, but and we can expect a lot out of it.
What about you, Devashish? What are you thinking?
I would slightly differ from Ishan. I won't call it a revenge, but any Australia game is a big game. And how can you call it just another game? Obviously, Australia game, and think about that we are already in the semi-final, and what it will do to the confidence of the team if we go on to beat Australia in this game. Means that will do our confidence, the confidence of the team a world of good. So you have to take it importantly, not just take it as another game. Obviously, yes, winning is always a good habit. And India has been doing well so far in the tournament, but the real test lies in the game against Australia today. And so, and obviously there are a lot of matchups. If you look at it, whether Australia will play a Mitchell Starc, because we know what a left armer can do. He did not play in that last game against Afghanistan. Ashton Agar played. Ashton Agar has not been among the best of form. So once again, Australia might start with a spinner, knowing that Virat and Rohit are not that fluent against spinners in the power play. So a lot of matchups to look forward to. But obviously, it will be an interesting battle.
Ayush Jindal here saying, hello Devashish Mama, how are you? Remember me and love you as well.
Thank you, Ayush. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart.
Ayush, we are now getting really, really skeptical about you, boss. You are eyeing Devashish like anything. Every day you are asking for flying kisses. We are all getting worried.
Avi Nigam here is saying, who is the favorite to win this time? I think South Africa would be winning this time. Big time fan, Boria sir. I hope you remember me. Boria,
South Africa is I honestly don't, and I'm sorry about that. Thanks for joining us. Avi, supporting us. I hope you've subscribed to the platform. Kindly back us because a lot of hard work is on. Devashish and Ishan, the entire team here, Gargi from Delhi, and a lot of us. So appreciate you joining us and asking the question. South Africa, yes, and twice in 2 matches they've shown that they are not choking. Even today, that 4 from Rabada and that 6 from Marco Janssen proved that the choker's tag is not relevant to South Africa. Yes, you can say they had the champions' luck because that Roston Chase delivery, anything could have happened. Rabada could have been bowled, did not happen. And then South Africa managed to go over the line. Even against England, South Africa managed to go over the line with Aiden Markram picking up that catch. They have a good side. Quinton de Kock, Henrik Klaassen, Aiden Markram. Lower down the order, you've got somebody like a Marco Janssen. And the bowling, of course. Janssen, Rabada, Nokia, Keshav Maharaj, Tabrez Shamsi. It's a very, very good attack, balanced attack. So they do have the team. Make no mistake, they have the team. Question is, Guyana. If they are playing India, do they have the ability to counter the slower bowlers? Same with Afghanistan, if Afghanistan makes it, or Australia. These are critical matches. So to say that so-and-so team will go the distance is perhaps premature. And that's what I keep saying about India. What will happen in the semi-final? What will happen in the final? Let's first make the final. Because you remember what happened in 2022 against England. So far, India has only played mediocre teams, not great teams. So let us beat good teams, great teams. Let us get there. Once we win, then we will say 25 things, but not now. Because now to say all of that is a bit premature.
absolutely. And all right. Avi Nigam again is asking, sir, if India wins today, then will we be facing the mighty England in the semi-finals? Is that how it works out? Who? Anyway, we'll move on. Arika M. If the game happens today, Australia will be like wounded tigers, wild and fierce, 2 pounds hard. So in that process, that over-aggression can backfire for them. Cracker of a... by the way, that over-aggression from that, I'm reminded of this celebration from Marcus Stoinis in the last match. Some very weird sort of celebration from him, after which everything went downhill, and it kind of went viral on social media. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah, I've
What,
seen that video.
yeah, what did you think of that? I mean, it's not like they were playing against a team like that, playing against a top team. They're playing against Afghanistan, and to have those sort of celebrations, I mean, even Virat Kohli comes under fire for that. So what did you think about that?
Yes, I think you're right, Gagi. At times, I think your emotions get the better of you, and that's what happened there. But
Can you
having
speak
said
a little louder?
yeah, so like I was saying, I think it's a fair point. I feel that at times your emotions might get the better of you. But having said that, in the game of cricket, you want to get your emotions out as well. I think it's just about having that barrier of knowing when you're going a bit overboard. So I think Marcus Stoinis was probably, right and wrong at the same time, because obviously you want to show your intent, you want to show your aggression, but you can't cross that particular line. In my opinion, I think it's all part of the game. It's all part of the game. I'm sure even the Afghanis would have done this to him in the next game or whenever they play next. So at times emotions get the better of you. It's not something that should be spoken about too much, or it's not so much of a big deal in my opinion. We've seen Virat Kohli do this to many players as well in the past. So it's all part of the game, Gagi. I think all of these players have a very good bond outside the field. So whatever happens in the field is just primarily to play cricket and primarily to get the better of the opposition.
Okay. Ayush Jindal here is saying, explaining, Boryada, I love Devashish Mama as my mentor and nothing else.
Are Bapre.
Mentor.
Devashish, how have you mentored your new student Ayush Jindal? But Ayush, I love the fact that you always say one thing, that subscribe to the platform and watch the coverage. You are an absolute supporter, and trust me, I am deeply appreciative, grateful and humbled by this. So make no mistake, we value your contribution and your support. Shaganik is saying, ma'am is looking sad. By ma'am, I think you mean Gargi. I don't think Gargi is sad. Gargi is
Gargi,
always
smile, smile more.
right. Smile more. How is the state of ground? Avantika is asking. Bound to be wet given they don't cover the ground. Devashish, from the prediction that we have, and obviously sun is out, no rain, you reckon there should be a full game? I think there should be a full game because
I also
the
think
drainage
there should be a
system is
full
going
game
to
because the
good.
weather forecast suggests that it will stay like this till the afternoon. And we know that it's a morning game, 10:30 a.m. start. So hopefully we'll get a game on. But
Yeah,
I'm not
I
so
also
confident about the turnout because we have seen all the last 3 games that India played. The turnout has not been that great. So disappointing because a lot of logistical challenges. And so once again, we might see not many turnout for the match today.
Okay, Murgir Khamar There Moninho Bolchi, he's back here. Unpopular opinion, Australia should win today and India need to fix its law of average. Better to lose today than in the semis or final like the 50 overs World Cup. Gargi, take that.
I mean, this is something I say for RCB always. Lose lose all you want in the group stages instead of getting our hopes up and then losing in the quarterfinals or something, which is precisely what happened in the last in this season as well. But a lot of fans seem to feel this way that if you want to lose, do it early. Don't get our hopes up. Don't break our hearts. I think that's the consensus with a lot of Indian fans right now. Ishan?
You're right, Gagi. I think it's just a way of thinking, in my opinion. A lot of fans are probably thinking, whatever bad luck you have, try to get rid of that as fast as possible and as early as possible. So that's one way of thinking that जो भी bad luck होगा,
get it out of the way. Okay, I think we've lost Devashish and Ishan right now, but we'll keep taking the comments.
Plenty of questions, Gargi. I think one is for me, which says match होगा तो सिर्फ ऑस्ट्रेलिया जीतेगी. हम इंडियन प्लेयर्स को उनके माइंडसेट टेस्टमेंट को रग रग से जानते हैं. ऑस्ट्रेलिया इज मच बेटर देन टीम इंडिया. यार जरूर जीतेगी भाई. वर्ल्ड कप में भी 50 ओवर वर्ल्ड कप में भी ग्रुप लीग में हमें ऑस्ट्रेलिया को थप्पड़ मार के हराया था. ये भूल मत जाओ. फाइनल में हम हार गए, बट ऐसा नहीं है कि इंडिया ने कभी ऑस्ट्रेलिया को नहीं हराया है. ऑस्ट्रेलिया को जाकर 2 बार टेस्ट सीरीज में हरा कर आया है. माइंडसेट यही टीम है. आप ये सोचा करो टेस्ट सीरीज कुछ कम नहीं होता है. रादर ये व्हाइट बॉल क्रिकेट से ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट होता है. और रेड बॉल क्रिकेट में ऑस्ट्रेलिया को ऑस्ट्रेलिया में जाकर हराया है हम लोग. सो बार बार ये मत सोचा करो कि भारतीय टीम अच्छा टीम नहीं है. जरूर है. सो लेट्स गिव द टीम द क्रेडिट. Yes, we want them to win a white ball tournament and let's all back the side. Someone saying, actually, it's asked Gargi to take that comment. Where did it go?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find the comment, but there's no. Okay, I found it. Dex is saying, Boria sir, in the morning show you said that South Africa almost choked and West Indies were unlucky. Why did you not say that West Indies power hitters choked and score only 135?
I don't think 135 was too bad if that wicket. Had the match really happened, Dex, and Akil Hussain and Gudakesh Moti got their overs, I thought 135 was enough. I thought with the turn that somebody like, when you watch Tabrez Shamsi turn the ball, when you watch Keshav Maharaj turn the ball on middle and going past off, look at the ball that Robin Powell got out to. Watch the previous ball. It actually landed on leg and it passed off. Robin Powell had no idea. Now, with such kind of turn, if there was no rain and if the ball did not get wet, agar Gudakesh Moti or Akil Hussain got the use of the power play and the ability to bowl with a drier ball, I thought West Indies had the game, because 3 of their spinners, you've seen what Roston Chase did. If Moti and Akil Hussain complemented Roston Chase with Alzari Joseph bowling well, 135 could have been enough. So I don't think it was the batters. I do think it was unfortunately the weather and the champions' luck that eluded them today with the Rabada delivery. Roston Chase, go watch the ball. It was the 5th ball of the 16th over. 99 times out of 100 it would have been bowled. It was not even half an inch. It was some millimeters away from the wicket. That's why I wrote a piece saying you also need champions' luck.
Yeah, absolutely. And see, this is why I said chicken shop that day. He himself is saying your friendly neighborhood chicken shop guy.
You can reproduce it.
This is why I said chicken shop. See, remember in the last live I said the chicken shop account has commented and he said I'm not a chicken shop, I have 200 acres of land or something. See, he's himself calling himself a chicken shop guy now. So I was right.
Where is he calling himself a chicken shop guy?
See, I flashed on the screen. Law of
Your friendly neighborhood chicken shop guy. Wow, wonderful. So you guys have built a bond. Chicken shop guy and Gargi, new definition. The chicken shop guy from Chipping Norton with 200 acres of land. Wish I had such a chicken shop.
But all right. Avantika here is saying Australia team made a mistake by not having Pat as captain. The man is level-headed. What do you think, Ishan, Debashish?
Australia, yes, in my opinion, I think Pat Cummins could have been, the all-format captain. He's been extremely successful. He's been leading the side really well. He is extremely level-headed as well. So I completely agree with that statement. And he brings a sense of calm in that team. He also brings a sense of experience and maturity, which helps the team, possibly push through and do well. I genuinely feel they might have missed out by not making Pat Cummins captain, but he's part of that side, of course. I'm sure he must be putting in his inputs and what this team can possibly do. But yes, I think before the World Cup started as well, I wondered why is Pat Cummins, not the captain. There's something in my mind. It didn't make sense to me. He's been doing really well. He should have been the captain of the T20 format as well. He led the Sunrisers Hyderabad also in a really good manner. He should have continued that and continued leading Australia as well in this T20 World Cup. So it's a fair point made here. And of course, Pat Cummins brings that sense of just that bit of sense of extra when he's a captain as well. He tends to push himself. He can get the boys together as well and make them contribute as a unit. So maybe, yes, I think if you want to call it a mistake, you can. I feel it's fair and I think it's okay. I think Pat Cummins could have been the captain and possibly led the side.
Okay, let me stop you all there. The biggest interview of this World Cup, as far as a legend is concerned, is that of Sir Vivian Richards. Devashish and Ishan managed to get that. For a journalist, and let me put this on record, I've been doing this for 30 years of my life. It is about instinct. It is about impulse. It is about getting it right. And when you do, you feel a lot of pride. And that's what I want to see in all of my colleagues. And I love that. The way my team worked on this interview, and I want to put this on record. It was done by Devashish and Ishan in the Caribbean. They went to the golf course because last time when Devashish was there, he knew that Sir Vivian Richards plays golf in that particular golf course. So they took a chance. They went there, they got Sir Viv, and they recorded with Sir Viv. Fantastic. And thereafter, the interview was sent at India time 1:30 a.m. And for my team here, Trisha, Rohan, and the backend team led by Trisha, to put it out at 7-8 a.m. in the morning, to turn it around, takes a lot of effort. So watch this interview, as I am very proud of the entire team that worked on this particular interview. Devashish, special commendation to you because it was your gut. Trisha, for you, because you worked on it in the background and made it possible. I had gone to sleep. The entire team worked on it, and by the time I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I saw all of it was ready. This is what you want as editor. Each one of you watching, watch this Sir Viv Richards interview where he speaks about Virat Kohli, where he speaks about Surya Kumar Yadav. Sir Vivian Richards, the best interview of this particular World Cup on Rev Sports. Watch it.
Well, I enjoy feeling, and it was indeed a privilege and a pleasure for me to do that, or to make that particular presentation to a guy who I felt would have fielded well. I saw his feeling myself, and just being in that Indian dressing room myself, Rahul Dravid, one of my favorites, Virat Kohli, and so many of the guys in that team. It just looks a powerful team, and it was just a privilege for me at this particular time to have been there.
Talking about the World Cup, given the way India has performed in so far, do you reckon India can make it to the final? Obviously, a big match coming up against Australia, then the semi-final, and then the final. Do you reckon India has a chance?
Well, I can only speak, let me tell you, in the Caribbean now, and I can only tell you about, maybe I speak first about the guys in Maroon. I honestly believe that we're here at home. We have got a powerful unit. I believe that this is the time for us to get it together and for us to do this for the Caribbean people. If Windies doesn't win, well, my next team would be India. So India have played well also up to this particular time, but here in the Caribbean, it's all the maroon, and I'm just hoping that if we get over the line, that will do great for West Indies cricket.
Saviv, you and Virat Kohli, obviously the two legends in their own right. You have always spoken good about Virat. Given the way he performed, he batted against Bangladesh. You were present at the Sir Vivian Ritter Stadium. Do you think that he is just in the right frame of mind to make it count against Australia in the knockout matches?
Well, I've always believed, especially when you have such long tournaments, when you peak too early, sometimes it's not too good. It's nice for you to have a few little failures early. And as you would hear in boxing, these are the championship rounds now. When you get to the Super 8s, you get to the semi-finals. This is where when you need to get your act together. And I'd back Virat Kohli any day to know that if it's a championship round, he's a fighter, and I know for sure he'll be around. He'll be around.
So there you go, Vivian Richards speaking to Debashish Sen and Ishan Shahane in the Caribbean. Beautiful interview there for you. Well done, guys, well done. But, you know, that was a serious interview. Let's have some fun. Debashish has become a cult. The cult of Mama, the cult of Chacha, the cult of Dada, whatever you want to call him. Swapnil has put together a reel celebrating Debashish Sen. Here's the reel for you where you have Mama, Dada, Chacha, everything on screen. Watch the reel as we come back. Debashish Sen for you.
Mama, not Chacha.
दादा मामा मामा का जलवा है
I have nothing to say. Means you guys have made my day special. Obviously, these are very cute moments. And Ishan is confused what to call me.
Ishan, what are you calling him? Mama, Chacha, Dada? Gargi, have you changed your term for Mama?
No. He's Mama only.
No.
OG Mama.
Dada, yaar, come on.
He's the OG. Oh, you have one of him. You have Dada also.
Yes.
Avantika is writing, Mama's a cutie. Everyone loves him. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Arunja is saying, Debashish Mama, how are you doing? Doing a great job. All the wishes for you, and your coverage is great. Keep up.
Thank you for all the support, Arun. Thank you especially, and thank you to all my team back in Boryada, the leader. Obviously, he has always backed me to the hill. And Gargi, you, Trisha, he calls me immediately. Obviously, when we sent the video, Rishan was spot on. He wrote the piece immediately when I told Rishan just write a piece on Saviv's interview, and the support of everyone, Rohan, Rahul, Swapnil, and Orko, everyone in our team. It has been brilliant to work with. But then last few days, Gargi, hopefully India stays in the tournament, make it to the final on June 29. Means we want India to be there. Our effort will be wasted if India is not there in the final. We want India to be there for the final on June 29th. Obviously, a lot more special things will happen. We will put in our best to get even a better coverage. But only thing is that what is important is India to make it to the final on June 29th.
Absolutely. A lot of people want India to be there, and hopefully they will be there. Rajiv Kumar is saying, I will call him Fufa. Okay. Dhruv Mitra is saying something in Bengali. Boryada, tomar kurta always look good.
Punjabi.
Gargi is commenting on the kurta. So kurta always look good. Yes. You know, I have a decent enough collection thanks to friends. Actually, they gift me. Trisha and people, Lududa and people, all of them gift me kurtas for my birthday and other events. So yes, enjoy. Rajiv Kumar from Manila, welcome. How is Philippines at this point in time? Rajiv, thank you for joining us from Manila. Boria sir, are you in Paris? Will be in Paris from the 21st of July. All of us will be in Paris starting the 21st of July. Plenty of questions coming. Boria sir, are you in Paris? Taken that. Let's take this one. This is a good one. Why do Pakistan journalists, why I say jobless and idiotic, they keep commenting that Afghanistan doesn't win against India to retain IPL contracts? This is actually a good point. Ravichandran Ashwin has responded to that on his Twitter. He has written, "Dear Elon Musk, I know this is your platform. I can't say much about it, but my timeline is mine. My house is mine. I don't want." And he's basically left it saying these idiots can't come and say these things. So Ravichandran Ashwin has an apt reply. Let me ask Gargi, Ishan, and Devashish as well. Gargi, your thoughts? Afghanistan versus India?
Why journalists are commenting on it, or
Yeah,
about the match?
as in for Pakistani journalists to say that Afghanistan doesn't beat India because of IPL contracts.
Come on.
But Pakistan is also not able to beat
I
them.
mean, that's nonsense. That's absolute nonsense. And if anyone is doing that, they're clearly involved in fixing, which is not the case. And no one would do that. I think it's always country above IPL or whatever IPL contracts, whatever is going on, and nobody does that. Come on, I mean, that's just so wrong to say. And you're questioning an athlete's integrity. It's not easy to be an athlete, especially if you're playing for a especially if you're from Afghanistan. It's a war-torn country, and their cricket is not something that pays them a lot of money or something. It's not like they're celebrities. They're just, also for them, it's a normal job. It's their job to play for their country, and it's their passion. That's why they're doing that. Things are not so good at home. Still, they are dedicated, and they are passionate about their sport. So it's just all in bad taste. It's all in bad taste.
Ishan?
I think Gagi spot on, Borat. I think I think all these comments are just ridiculous, and of course, this Afghanistan team wants to perform, and you can see how much heart they have on the field. You can see how much it means to them to beat a big team like Australia. You can see how much it means to them to just come together as a unit and perform on such a high stage. So making and passing such comments is totally unnecessary, and it's something that reflects what those Pakistani journalists must be feeling from inside, and how they possibly must be feeling that just because the Pakistan team have not managed to go on and do well. So just pointing fingers on another team because that team is showing fight, that team is showing the ability to beat big teams. That's not the way to go ahead. I think that is a very cruel way of going ahead, and it's a very small-minded approach. So, I think, all these comments and all these thoughts are completely baseless. If you ask this Afghanistan team, and if you can understand, if you've been following cricket, you can understand the emotion this Afghanistan team brings out, like on the cricket field, whether it's Rashid Khan, whether it's Mohammad Nabi. Mohammad Nabi has been here for so many years. He's seen the growth of Afghanistan cricket. He's seen the sport in their country grow from that period where it probably wasn't anywhere, and now he's taken this team to some level where they're competing and beating big teams. So making these comments is not necessary, and I think this Afghanistan team might just be all the more motivated now, I think, to perform and do well.
Okay,
I would say it's plain rubbish.
Mama, wait. Mama Jindabad. After West Indies tour, Mama, you must visit Bhagne Mama Pahad in Birbhum. Onit Shadhu. So, Mama, you have a new assignment.
Where is this comment? I can't find it.
Yeah. So, Mama Jindabad. After West Indies tour, Mama, please visit Mama Bhagne Pahad in Birbhum. Mama, comment.
Yeah, absolutely. I will figure it out and definitely visit. Good to know that there is a mountain after me.
So henceforth it's called Mama Mountain.
Talking about that one question, I would say it's plain rubbish. Means you are questioning the integrity of someone like a Rashid Khan, Gulbuddin Naib, Mohammad Nabi, and as I would just like to take it forward. Obviously, Rashid Khan, Mohammad Nabi means they are the ambassadors of Afghanistan cricket, given the war-torn country, and to be taking the cricket forward. Means how can you question the integrity? And it also questions, and it's just baseless to label such comments. And Pakistan media, see, you are knocked out of the tournament, so all I can say on record here on Red Sport is that you mind your own business, because your PSL has got nothing to do. It never produces any great cricketers. So look forward to your own cricket rather than complaining about Afghanistan and other teams.
Okay. There's this question I want to take. Avi Nigam is saying, I want the whole panel to answer this question. Will more Indian Ranji Trophy or domestic players will now migrate to USA? or any other country for playing there, looking for better opportunities. Obviously, a lot of they will. A lot of players are already doing that. A lot of managers are also. What happened?
Trisha is saying you are asking the question and you are answering it yourself.
Why shouldn't I? Am I okay? Someone else answer it.
No, you answer. Come on. She's going after you.
You're all going up.
No, I would just like to take in. Obviously, I really don't see any good signs of USA cricket. Yes, they have done well in the tournament, but their USA cricket is a corrupt body. We all know, and look, they don't have the infrastructure for the game to develop in those parts. Obviously, still the cricketers are not professional. They are mostly semi-pro. In fact, all of them, most of the cricketers they have a semi-professional mindset. So, given that you are saying, obviously you are saying that someone like a Saurav Netravalkar, yes, there are rare cases where a player from India he has not got an opportunity, went in and settled and made a career for himself when it comes to cricket. But I don't see that a case. Means obviously USA cricket has a long way to go. Long way to go. Yes, they might have done well by reaching the Super 8s in the T20 World Cup, hosted the tournament, but we saw what it happened in New York and Florida. And so a long way to go before making it a professional sport.
And Gagi, to add to that, I think, the Ranji domestic players, even if they want to migrate and shift, they'll first migrate and shift for their own job opportunities first, I feel. It won't be primarily for cricket. Like if you find players who might want to shift, they won't shift because I want to go play for the US cricket team. They'll shift because I have a better job opportunity there. Once they get that better job opportunity, if they find an opportunity to also play for the US team at the same time, somehow manage cricket, then it might come into the picture. But going there just to play cricket, definitely not.
No, because I've seen a lot of cricketers actually from the Mumbai circuit itself. I've seen that these players are often offered, jobs that are which are dual roles. Like you can play cricket, but also you'll get paid to either be a coach or an assistant coach to the franchise leagues over there. So you can come coach, we'll give you accommodation, we'll give you a salary, and you can also then play for the team. So those are the kind of deals that are happening there in US. And of course, because they're trying to build cricket over there, they're also looking for better players and better coaches. So there a lot of sorry, this comment distracted me. A lot of
वापस पूछ
Mama.
What is happening?
What is happening?
Why is everybody asking Mama for flying kisses?
I'm not doing today.
Value has gone up.
If you want a flying kiss, you better give me some more in the super chat.
But I was saying that
Chagnik, don't worry. So I'll answer your question. Mama Australia কত রান উইকেটে জিতবে prediction. Firstly, তুমি অস্ট্রেলিয়াকে জিতিয়ে দিয়েছো. I don't think that's sort of that easy because India is also playing to win. I think it will be a competitive game, and India's got a good side as well. All of us want this Indian side to actually win and take Australia out of the tournament. That's the most important point. This is your opportunity. You don't have pressure. Australia does. Use it to get Australia out and set it up for Afghanistan tomorrow morning, Shagnik. And let's get Australia sent back to Melbourne, Adelaide, Sydney, Perth, wherever they are. And that's a big statement that Australia has gone out. Think of the 2011 World Cup when we won. We got Australia out in the quarterfinal. Because against Australia in the final, it becomes very, very different. This is your chance. So I don't think that super chat is valued. I think India should win today and take Australia out. That's the point. I mean, Aussie would lose. Highlight my comment, Shovik. All of us want that to happen. Do you think this is a 200 ground? This is a good question. Amartya Chakraborty, do you think this is a 200 ground? We won't see too much high scores today. Devashish, St. Lucia is a good batting wicket. What do you reckon?
Yes, I would also agree with you, Boryada, because it has been the highest scoring ground so far in the entire Caribbean, and so we might see once again a belter of a track. And if India, whoever wins the toss, would look to bat first, I think. And given the way both Virat and Rohit started their innings against Bangladesh, I would love to see them going on and putting on a big partnership, and that will do their confidence a world of good ahead of the semi-final. So yes, it's a pretty high scoring ground, St. Lucia.
Devashish Mama, you are the only journalist who is constantly smiling throughout the videos. Come on here, Ishan is also smiling, Gargi is also smiling, everyone's smiling. And lives, you are an inspiration for me. I hope you continue this for a very long time and get the cup home. Ayush Jindal, thank you very much. All of us wish the same. Dubey will thrash Zampa, says Avantika. That's a good comment. Gargi, set it up. Will India send Shivam Dubey to take Adam Zampa on?
I think that's a very good possibility because we've seen Dubey against spin. We've seen that in the IPL as well, what he can do. And he has that ability to not move an inch yet send the ball flying out of the ground. So these are the superpowers of Shivam Dubey. And if he comes good, he will be an absolute asset for the Indian team. And that's what we all want, because I'm seeing also a lot of comments that say that, Dubey's last match score was a fluke, or Sanju still deserves a place in the playing 11, but the kind of dimension that Shivam Dubey is giving us right now, I don't think that can be replaced at the moment.
I would agree with Souvik. Yes, Dubey did score in the last game against Bangladesh, but having said that, means when you don't give him the ball, when you don't play him as an all-rounder, I think as a batter, Sanju Samson adds more value, more balance to the side. And it's let's put it simple. Sanju Samson is a far better batter. Yes, given taking aside his inconsistency, but he's a far better batter, an aggressive batter, and at the same time a gun fielder. But then I don't see a change happening, at least, and I don't see a change. I don't see Sanju Samson getting a chance now that Dubey has played and Dubey has performed in the game, and now that Dubey will definitely be there. But obviously. What is important, Gargi, now is that to make the right combinations, because the wickets now is really
at their end, is it? Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know if India lose the opportunity to play in a Yuzvendra Chahal, means in a game like against Australia, because Kuldeep Yadav and Yuzvendra Chahal could have been a big positive for India, but unfortunately that won't be the case with AAR Patel posing the quality of a good batting.
Yeah.
Gargi, there are some good questions. For example, Sanju has gotten quite a few chances, not been able to prove himself. That's the usual one. In day games in St. Lucia, that's a good point from Freaking Awesome. I love these names here. Where do you guys get such names? Freaking Awesome, the 10 ki primetime television, Murgir Khamar theke Morino bolchi. These are incredible names. Somebody had Nomad Tibet. Wonderful. St. Lucia, no team has scored 200. Anywhere between 170, 190 is a good score. Getting close to 190 is a good way to considering the opposition. Yeah, but at the same time, if you think that the pitch is not a 190 wicket and you try for a 190 and end up with 140, that sets it up. So it is about assessment of the conditions and getting it right. That's when good teams become good teams. If you're a batting unit, whoever is batting first, they'll assess the conditions, suss it in, and then take a call, whether it's a 160 wicket or a 180 wicket or a 200 wicket. That's where Virat Kohli, see, a lot of people have said that Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma don't bat like Phil Salt and Butler, and you're right. That kind of cricket you don't play. But do you need that kind of cricket in all wickets? Do you need that kind of an approach in a Guyana wicket? Maybe not. So that's where a Rohit Sharma and a Virat Kohli become a much better option. So it will also depend on the conditions on offer that such things happen. You can take that, Gargi.
Yeah. No team has scored anywhere between 170 and 190 is a good score. Yeah, we've seen that. What happened?
Apparently, Snehashish has commented with some stats. You can take it.
From the Rev Sports channel. Okay, there we go. In the last 2 years versus Australia in T20Is, most wicket for India's has been AAR Patel with 14 wickets, 8 innings, and economy of 6.23. That's quite interesting. That's very interesting. Devashish Ishan, what do you think of this AAR Patel, St. Lucia, the ground? how does this all match up?
Well, I think that answers the question in a way, Gargi. I think Akshar Patel will be hard to sit out, I think, in this game. He's clearly, the most wicket taker against Australia, and he's done well. It's not like he's not done well in this World Cup. He's obviously contributed with the bat, with the ball. So seeing Yuzi Chahal coming into this side, obviously, I think a lot of us want to see him play. He's been India's leading T20 bowler. He's done well in the IPL. He's a quality leg spinner. But, this is a fascinating stat by Sneershish, and, a kudos to him to get this out on time, because with this stat, it basically answers the question. If you have the most successful bowler playing against Australia, why will you make him sit out? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So I think Akshar Patel will definitely play now. You just have to feel for Yuzi Chahal, because Yuzi Chahal is someone who's been constantly bowling, constantly giving you those wickets, performing like in the IPL, performing wherever he gets the opportunity. However, he just not managed finding his place in this playing 11. So it's unfortunate, but we won't see him. I doubt we'll see him again in this World Cup.
Gaji, freaking awesome is saying Suresh Raina is the only batsman who scored a century in St. Lucia. I was the one to interview Suresh Raina immediately after that game.
What did Suresh Raina say then?
It was a huge innings, because at that point in time, first international T20 100 for India, World Cup match, Suresh Raina in great form. India went on to lose that World Cup because Ravindra Jadeja did not have a good World Cup, and that sort of costed us the match against the West Indies. But that particular innings, and it was Afghanistan's debut, and there was huge curiosity about Mohammad Shehzad. So all of us were in St. Lucia for that particular game. The press box is quite cute. It's a beautiful city, one of the more beautiful islands that you can see, less crime compared to Jamaica. So in every sense, that trip, that Suresh Raina innings was quite stunning. And I fondly remember every visit to the West Indies, and more so for me, without trying to be pompous here, I actually gave the Frank Worrell lecture in that trip of 2010. And I'm in great company. If you take a look at the people who have delivered the Frank Worrell lecture, and Devashish will tell you, I think some of the greatest cricketers of the world and sports people have given that lecture. So for me to be asked to deliver that lecture was a major high point. And you know what they gave me? They gave me 3 pages of C.L.R. James's novel, Beyond the Boundary, which was handwritten, facsimile copies of that, which I still have in my study. And James, at that point in time, was recuperating from an accident in Barbados, and he was writing the last part of Beyond the Boundary. I don't know how many of you are intellectually orientated. The last 2 chapters of Beyond the Boundary, the book has sold 40 million copies. The last 2 chapters of Beyond the Boundary were never published. In fact, even after James died, a lot of us, for his centenary, tried to convince his wife to try and publish those 2 chapters. Unfortunately, it was not done. You know why? Because James actually got it wrong. James said that West Indies would lose in England in that series, and West Indies actually won. And his family did not want the book published. Absolutely incredible experience in 2010.
Wow, the fact that you have the handwritten book is quite interesting, because that's a rare artifact. We have a super chat here from, I can't read any Bengali, so I don't know who sent it in.
Bonga থেকে হরিপদ মাইতি. Mama, I love you. This is incredible. বনগা থেকে হরিপদ মাইতি. হরিপদ বাবু, প্রশ্ন করুন। শুধু লাভ ইউ বললে হবে না, দেবাশিসকে প্রশ্ন করুন। প্রশ্ন করলে প্রশ্নটার উত্তর দেবে। শুধু লাভ ইউ বললে হবে না, কারণ সুমনা অলরেডি ওকে বুক করে রেখেছে। সো আপনি এটা বলে লাভ নেই। সুপ্রিয় আর দেবলীনা, ওর ছেলে এবং মেয়ে অলরেডি ওকে লাভ ইউ বলে রেখেছে। আমরা রেভ স্পোর্টসে 40 জন একই কথা রোজ বলছি। তাই আপনি একটা প্রশ্ন করুন, প্রশ্নটার উত্তর দেবে। ইয়েস গার্গি।
Yes, Avantika here is saying Rev Sports most channel don't do such detailed on-ground reporting like yours. Love the effort. Thank you so much, Avantika. Thank you so much for the support. I had a few more questions that were quite interesting. I'll just find them. Okay, Avantika again here is asking, you think Stark will be a danger to Rohit, or will Rohit thrash him?
Stark and Rohit is going to be an interesting battle for sure. Rohit has struggled against left-arm seamers. Stark is one such player who comes very good in big matches. We've seen that in the IPL also. So you never know, Gagi. Rohit's not been in the best of form. He's gotten some runs, not looked as fluid. I feel Rohit might be under the pump here. Mitchell Stark with that new ball, you never know what can happen. It will be an interesting battle for sure. But again, both of these two are big match players. Both of them would like to perform under pressure. So it's an equal battle out here. I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Hopefully, I think if Rohit gives himself some time, I think it's important. Just give yourself some time, see off the new ball if you can initially, and then start playing your shots. It will really help him on. If he probably tries to get one early, he might play a loose shot. The ball might be swinging. He might get out too soon. So I think give yourself some time. Understand it's a big game. I'm sure they already know, and I think they'll be fine. But it'll be an interesting battle for sure. Left arm seamer versus Rohit Sharma. It's always spicy.
Right. And finally, okay, Priyanshu here is saying Ref Sports best platform. Yeah, we'll end the show with this question. All of us should answer this. Take one team winning this World Cup. First, tell us about the Guyana pitch, and then we'll try to predict who wins this World Cup. Guyana pitch, Debashish.
It's a slow wicket. It's a slow wicket in Guyana, and definitely the spinners will come into account. Obviously, India do possess quality spinners in Kuldeep, Akshar, Jadeja. Who knows? India, if they think out of the box and perhaps play a Yajuvendra Chahal. He did play in that match last time when India toured Guyana. I was present on that tour, and Yajuvendra Chahal played that match. So it might be the case that Yajuvendra Chahal might get an opportunity in Guyana, because that's where his best chance is, because the Guyana wicket has been slow. If you look at the stats in this World Cup as well, it has been slow. So definitely, and England also assuming that India will face England, and they also have Adil Rashid and Moeen Ali. So I think there will be plenty on offer for the spinners when it comes to Guyana.
Okay, there are some questions. Savnik says Australia can handle pressure better. That's a what is it called? Super chat. Super chat. Thinking of super chat. Shagnik, Australia can handle better pressure. Possible. You can absolutely say that from their record that they have handled pressure better in the past. But we want it to change. Quick Flicks Hub. Judge, miss hoye gelo. Miss hoyni. We are coming back at 7 p.m. Quick Flicks Hub. All of us are. Ishan, Gargi, myself, Debashish. Debashish will also have to do Hindi. Ishan and Debashish will take turns with Hindi. And we are also going to do Bangla. So Ogni and I will do ABC from 7:30. So join us at 7 p.m. for English. You can watch Hindi, you can watch Bangla, you can watch English as well. So you have plenty of options. All of us will be there in some platform or the other. That's the idea. I hope all of you have subscribed to the platform, and hope all of you have subscribed and followed the Twitter handle at Rev Sports Global. We have put out a fantastic Olympic show today with Abhinav Bindra and Christian Clough. Watch that. That's the variety of coverage. All of us were there at Eden Garden some time back watching the Bengal Pro T20. So for us, it is grassroots and international cricket. Tomorrow, the Calcutta Football League starts. Our colleague Rahul and Rahul will be there, and others will also be there to cover Mohammedan versus Wadi. So all sports everywhere. Tomorrow, the archery team comes back from Antalya. We are trying to line up an interview straight away because both of the teams have qualified. That is what we stand for. And by the way, tomorrow is 25th June 1983. So obviously the World Cup win is going to be the high point. Plenty of exclusives coming your way, including unseen backstage visuals from the 1983 film of Ranveer Singh. We have access to that thanks to the producers. Now let me ask, Gargi, you wanted to finish the show. Let me ask you and Debashish and Ishan a question. And anybody from the audience who are watching, quiz question. 1983, 25th June, all of us know. But 25th June is also significant in Indian cricket for another reason. Gargi, you go first, then Ishan and Debashish. Why?
I have no clue.
Please join 7 p.m.
I have no idea.
Gargi says no clue. Debashish, you take it.
I don't know.
I
No one knows.
Okay, Shopdeal, you want to take it? 1983, 25th June, people know. 25th June is also significant in Indian cricket history for another reason. Why? Anybody from the audience? You've come close. Shodadeep Shorkar. India won first test match. No. Not yet. Emergency in India, boss. It's nothing to do with cricket. Himadri Chakraborty, I want a cricket answer. Anybody? Ayush Jindal gets it right. Indian cricket journey starts in 1932. Absolutely. 25th June 1932, India played its first test match in England against England,
Wow.
and the Birmingham Post reported, and I quote from the Birmingham Post, 24,000 people, and India had reduced England to 19 for 3. Holmes, Sutcliffe, and Woolley all out. Indian fast bowlers and Lal Singh with that run out. Incredible. And by the way, let me also tell you guys, 1932, 25th June is the high point. 1974, when we got all out for 42, the worst point in Indian cricket history, that was also on 25th June. And again, 25th June, 1983. So that's the significance of 25th June for you. Gargi, over to you.
Absolutely. A lot of, two of them got it right. Saurabh Deep Sarkar and Ayush Jindal. So they're real hardcore cricket fans that they know this. We had no idea. We had no idea about this. But anyway, we'll take final few comments. And of course, I want to know, I want you guys, because we're so close to the end of the World Cup right now, I want you all to predict the winner. Ishan. We'll bet on this and we'll do something about it. Okay. Let's see who gets it right. Ishan.
I think I'll just go with India, Gagi. I mean, I think it's only fair that I say India. We've been putting in so much work over here as well. We've been covering the team. So I would want India to win. And obviously, I would like to see India win, being my home country. And hopefully, I think from the cricket that they've been playing, let's not jinx it. Fingers crossed. Maybe we can win this time.
Devashish?
Yeah, I would also back India to win, because see, Australia, if you ask me, they are not unbeatable. That's not right, because Afghanistan has proved it by defeating Australia. So they can also be beaten. And see, and given the way we approached the game against Bangladesh, if we show a lot of positive intent, I'm not saying Virat and Rohit going on to score a big run, but then that positive mindset, you need to go for taking on Australia. You need to be positive with your mindset, a positive intent, and I for one will be backing India to win this game.
Boria, your prediction for the winner of the World Cup.
I'll give you two things. I'll give you a wish list. The wish list is an India versus Afghanistan final. The wish list is India versus Afghanistan final, but I have a sneaky feeling this could well be South Africa's World Cup.
Oh, you know what? I'm confused as well between India and South Africa, because, Australia, I would have said Australia at the beginning of the tournament, but now seeing the way that they have performed, they're not up to the mark. Australia is not the Australia we see every ICC tournament. So either it's going to be India or South Africa is my gut feeling. But I'm leaning more towards India. I just have a feeling this time it's going to be India. So
Tumhare muh mein ghee shakkar, all of you.
All right. So we are in consensus. Matlab, three of us think India will win, so that's a good thing.
Somebody, Rohan is saying, Galo Gargi, 1 second. Somebody is asking Devashish and I know Assamese or not. He has spammed us almost. So unfortunately, we don't know Assamese, but we understand a bit, because, Bengali and Ohomia are very close languages. So if you speak Ohomia slowly, then we do get it. If you speak very fast, then we don't get it. So that's the answer to that, Dex. But you kindly join us at 7 and ask us a question in Ohomia, and we will try and see if we can make sense of it. Gargi, over to you.
Absolutely. And on that note, we'll end that in the show. We'll be back at 7 p.m. before the match starts. So don't forget to tune in there as well. And also, obviously, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. It always helps when there's, of course, numbers to our channels. Of course, you all show up in large numbers, 400 something people watching us right now. So it's always heartening to see all the support that we're getting. Ishan and Devashish will continue working hard from the field. So thank you so much. Have a good day, everyone. Sagnik is saying kudos to Ref Sports, loving each of the live shows. Thank you so much, Sagnik, for the support. We'll leave you for now, but we'll be back in another 1 hour. So don't forget to join us at 7 p.m. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thank you.